Well, friends, you may have heard that lawyers Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesebro apologized for their election crimes in Georgia. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, did you see these apology letters written by some of Donald Trump's criminal associates, his co-conspirators in the RICO case down in Georgia? Attorneys Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesebro, as part of their plea agreement, they pleaded guilty to some democracy-busting crimes down in Georgia. As part of their plea agreement, they were required to write letters of apology. Let's start with the new reporting. This from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Headline, Apology Letters Surface in Fulton Trump Case. And that article begins, the apology letters written by two of the attorneys who struck plea agreements in the Fulton County election interference case are just one sentence long and handwritten on lined notebook paper. Quote, I apologize for my actions in connection with the events in Coffee County. Close quote. Lawyer Sidney Powell stated in her letter on October 19. Quote, I apologize to the citizens of the state of Georgia and of Fulton County for my involvement in count 15 of the indictment. Close quote. Attorney Kenneth Chesebro wrote a day later. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution obtained the letters from defendants Kenneth Chesebro, Sidney Powell, and Scott Hall on Thursday through an open records request. The trio, along with a fourth defendant, Jenna Ellis, were required to pen the letters as part of the terms of their plea agreements with Fulton prosecutors earlier this fall. Chesebro could be seen writing his from the defense table in the minutes before he accepted his deal in front of Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee. So friends, in case you feel like, wait a minute, I must have missed something in those apology letters, let's circle back. There's Sidney Powell's apology. I apologize for my actions in connection with the events in Coffee County. 13 words. 13 words of apology for her democracy-busting crimes down in Georgia. It just oozes sincerity, doesn't it? I mean, the remorse just jumps off the page of notebook paper. Let's look at Kenneth Chesebro's apology. I apologize to the citizens of the state of Georgia and of Fulton County for my involvement in count 15 of the indictment. Well, at least Keneth could muster 23 words, just teeming with remorse, isn't it? And don't you love his antiseptic description of his crime? Well, what did I do? It was just count 15. You know, friends, can I tell you this old career prosecutor's perspective on mandatory letters of apology? I never once in my 30 years as a prosecutor negotiated a mandatory letter of apology. I never required an apology as part of a guilty plea. Why? Because remorse can't be coerced. You know, acceptance of responsibility and remorse, true remorse, genuine remorse, is actually a pretty important part of a criminal case, of a prosecution, of a sentencing hearing. Why? Because we often argue in sentencing hearings in criminal cases that acceptance of responsibility and genuine remorse are some of the first steps on the road to rehabilitation. And if you require an apology letter, in a sense, you're kind of depriving the defendant of the opportunity to show true remorse. I can't tell you how many times during sentencing hearings I have seen genuine expressions of remorse move the sentencing needle. What do I mean by that? I had judges many times in my years as a prosecutor say to a defendant after hearing a true, genuine, heartfelt allocution, that is a statement by the defendant in advance of being sentenced by the judge, show true remorse, apologize to the victims, accept full responsibility for their crimes, for their misconduct. And I've had judges say, you know, I came into this sentencing hearing today expecting that I would give you X number of months in prison or X number of years in prison. But after hearing what I believe is heartfelt, genuine remorse, a true apology, an acceptance of responsibility for what you did, I have decided to give you a lesser sentence, maybe even a sentence to probation. Yes, I have seen genuine remorse move the sentencing needle many times. But these apologies, I apologize for my actions. I apologize for my involvement in count 15. You know, they are about as far away as it gets from legitimate, genuine, heartfelt expressions of remorse for the crimes you committed against the people of Georgia. You know, the people of Georgia actually deserve full acceptance of responsibility from these Trump criminal associates, these Trump co-conspirators, and genuine expressions of remorse. The people of Georgia deserve that because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.